Hey, what's going on, guys? Travis Petelle here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just this past weekend, I was able to attend the Fearless Social event in Memphis, Tennessee. This is Dr. Ben Adkins' event and his crew. Very good stuff, very targeted on what I'm doing and how I'm trying to grow my business. So it was really cool to go to. I learned a lot of stuff. Great thing about these events is, you meet a lot of great people as well. Most of what you get out of these events is kind of the connections that you get from that, because once you meet someone in person, they know, they see you're a cool guy, they see what you're trying to do, and it's easy to associate. You make friends that you'll do business with in the future, and it's, events are always really great to go to, and this one was definitely an amazing event. Met some great people, learned a lot of great stuff. So I thought I'd walk you through, this is the kind of the notes I took during the event, just a simple mind map, kind of gave me the little points of what I really wanted to take away. I thought I'd kind of explain that to you, and hopefully you'd be able to use the same type of things that I was able to learn. So let's go ahead and get into each of the people that spoke. Now, Ben has quite a great team, and he had a lot of great speakers that really offered some excellent advice for especially the business model and the area that we focus on a lot in my content. So what he started off with, just introduction stuff. I took notes on his team members, which I'm not going to get into with you guys, just kind of for personal contacts. Had a lot of goals we'll talk about at the end of the video here that I've set for myself after going to the event, which is always a good way to go. But we'll get right into the man himself, Don Wilson, who spoke first and talked a lot about Facebook advertising, selling online, and really the best part of it was his "When This Shit Happens" speech. And it really talked about just all the stuff that he's gone through, the adversity, the accounts that have been closed, that he's had to get passed and get reopened, and just for all the bullcrap reasons that really never were his fault, but still he had to go through things like Facebook accounts being closed. So he really opened up my eyes, since just last week my Facebook ad account was shut down. This is the second ad account that I've had shut down, but this time actually just this morning, through a long process of calling their compliance team and all that stuff, we were able to get open. But during the event, my ad account was shut down, and just showing all the stuff that Don's gone through, you can always get around, because we are doing it the right way legally. It's just that these guys don't want to take the risk, and when you make a lot of money quickly, it can look suspicious, especially with the market we're in, where there's trust here and there. So that was a great part of Don's speech. But then he got into the Facebook advertising, which is a lot of stuff that I'm very familiar with, and I know Don's style, but just kind of putting it into a very structured sense. He talked about the layering types that you can do with your ads, and this is a lot, with t-shirts and stuff like that. The more layers you hit, the more unique that shirt is, the more targeted it is, and any type of product, the same way. The more you can layer your ad, the more unique that audience is you're reaching, and the more unique the audience is, the easier it is to really connect with that group of people. So he talked about the layering types, and it goes into interests, which obviously what people are interested in. Their gender, are they male, female? Where do they live? What education status have? Are they married, single? Job type, are they a welder? Are they a firefighter? Device type, are they doing mobile phone? What type of mobile phones? Are they iPhones? Are they Motorola? Are they Samsung? All these can be targeted with different cell phone cases, different things like that we've talked about. Are they a mom? Are they a dad? Are they a grandparent? Item type will be the product itself, and then you can do something like a sales giveaway, and I talked about that in a recent case study going through a giveaway funnel. Then he talked about leveraging these layered targeting, where you're going to do 2 or 3 at a time, like I mentioned in the beginning. So these are the different types of layering you can do, but the more you cross, the more dialed in that audience is. So that's really all the notes I took with Don. He gave a great speech, but I know Don's stuff very well, and it's stuff that's kind of cemented in my brain. Now we'll get into Tanner Larson, who is just an absolutely amazing e-commerce guy, just delivers on product sales. Really kind of maybe think about my e-commerce business, where we are really focused on t-shirts and stickers and those small margin novelty products, which do very well, and I have a system set up to automate that, and that's really what I'm trying to grow first. But what he like really has pushed in my mind is selling higher end products in the same fashion, the drop shipping, the manufacturing, the exact same way. And it's just as simple to sell 800 products that cost $1,000 and is sell 800 products that cost $10. Just about hitting that right audience, and the margin's so much bigger. You know, you're selling a $1,000 item, you can usually get a $300-400 profit from that each sale, or we're getting $3-4 profit every sale. So you can see the differences there. So he started talking about products. It's not about what you sell, it's about what you want to achieve, and that's really thinking about the goal there. You know, if you want to make $50,000 this month, or you want to, you set up that product plan to reach that goal, and it's, like I said, it's easier to sell the $1,000 product than the $10 product. Now, what makes a power product? Branding, strategy, marketing. I spelled that horribly. Multi-channel advertising, product positioning, lifestyle metrics. So branding obviously is creating that individual brand. Now he's selling high-end products, like I said, so you really have to have a trusted brand to sell something for $1,000. We can sell $10 stickers all day long through a fan page with no brand because they're $10. And you can sell products like that. And you can see his system is very focused on building individual brands, where I am focused in the first parts of my business to expand my reach in as many niches as possible, when these guys are more focused on one or two. And we're going to do that as well with my business, just it's after the step of having the outreach, the niche outreach system automated and running, which we have with the t-shirt launches and the stickers. Now this is the next step. I'm going to take my products and create power products, power brands, and they'll be focused on each individual industry. So we really are focusing on the branding. Strategy marketing is thinking about all the different areas that you can advertise. You know, like I talked about, crossing your fan page and your email newsletters and making sure those are really online with what you're doing. You have a strategy. You have a sequenced event of things that are going to happen, so that you can follow a plan and rinse and repeat every month and grow. That's kind of the important thing here, is about growth. Multi-channel advertising. You know, we're doing a lot of Facebook advertising with our t-shirts, but realistically we should be reaching out to all areas of the web. You want to be seen everywhere when you're creating a power product, because you want that person who's looking for it to just see, oh man, there's Travis Petelle again with his $500 boat engine, or $5,000 boat engine, or whatever, whatever. And if I'm not only on Facebook, but I'm on the Twitter advertising, I'm on YouTube advertising, I'm on all the Google media buy sites, I'm on Google search results, all those areas combined are building that branding and allowing that strategy marketing to really take into effect. Product positioning, just putting it in the right position with the people who need it, what it's for. The brand is all in line with the branding stuff. And then we get into lifestyle metrics. And this is really a huge part of what I'm taking away from this event, is really the numbers. The business comes down to the numbers. And when you're we're mostly, us entrepreneurs, we're not really numbers people, but we really want to look at them, especially when numbers are coming in. We're making a lot of money every month right now, but who knows really how much we're making. We see the bank account double every month, but we need to get that budgeted and financed and really figure out how many units a month needs to be sold, those metrics, so that we can hit our goals. And that's what he got into a little bit later, as I'll talk about. Now I want to talk about 6 considerations to building a brand. Can it be a leader? Remember, he's a power product creator. So if you're building a brand, you really want to create that power product. Does it lend itself to expansion? We want to know if we can have a series of these products. We don't want just a one-off hit, because that's no evergreen system. You want to have lots and lots of products you can sell. If there's parts or accessories, those type of things really work well. Is it in demand? Do people want to buy it? Obviously. Where do you want to see this product in the market in 2 years? This is just planning ahead, knowing what your goal is and planning to get there. What image can this brand have? Same kind of thinking about branding. Is this something you're proud of? You don't want to really be selling stuff that you're afraid to tell your mom about, or you're afraid to share with friends. Just makes it easier to really build a power brand, a power product, when you're open and excited and you're talking about it and all that good stuff. That's really very important with this brand building. Now, sequential retargeting advertising. This is really good stuff. I loved. And this isn't even what he talked about, but this is actually just kind of when he was talking about it, this is how I was thinking I'll do it. So we have, like, let's say a t-shirt we're selling, and we have the first ad is just send them straight to the sales page. Hit sales page, direct ad, normal thing we're doing, but we're setting up a custom audience for anyone who visits the site. So then we have retargeting potential from that. We can start sending traffic to that custom audience, and we know, excuse me, those people saw the initial sales page, so they're probably interested in it. So a few days later, we hit them with a retargeting, not just one retargeting ad throughout the process, but we have a sequential retargeting plan. So the first retargeting ad would hit the same product maybe on an Amazon sales page to show them the brand, the name's out there. It's widespread. We're not just selling here. We're not a nobody. We sell everywhere. We have the product on Amazon. Then you go retargeting ad 2, and you do a coupon discount deal. And this can be maybe a list builder. Get someone on an email list. Give us your email. You get $5 off. Or if you have a coupon code on the ad, enter the coupon code here. Get $5 off. And then a few days later, you got the retargeting ad 3, which is sending to maybe a quality piece of content on a blog or a website that's about the niche, about the topic, and that can lead into the product, maybe lead into the discount deal. And that's a sequential little advertising that he was talking about, and this is how I thought would be a great way to set it up. Now, product positioning, he's just talking about what's your advantage as a brand, what's your advantage as a product, what is your competitive edge. This is very important for positioning your product in the market, being that power brand. And then it gets into what are acceptable price points. You don't want to be competing for the bottom. You don't ever want to be the low. I like to go for the high end of everything and just be the valuable, be worth it, and not unreasonable, and it's just easier and easier to go. Easier to build that power product positioning too. Have a plan. Where do you want it to be? Is the price congruent with quality, benefits of those products? That's just what kind of explained. How will it be presented? We want to think about packaging. Tanner's very good at professional photos. He's very big. He has a photographer in his house, I think, studio, that does all his product shots, and they're very good. And this is a big part of buying online. What do people don't get to touch it? They don't get to hold it in their hand, so they have to see it, and you have to describe it as best possible. And pictures and video are kind of the best way to go about that. And then you start getting the lifestyle metrics, just about knowing your numbers for your products. What are your costs? What did your product cost? What is the shipping and fulfillment? How much advertising to hit your goals? Custom duties, merchant fees, overhead taxes, all that stuff. Sales metrics. What is the retail price for selling at? What's our profit margin? How many units do we need to hit our goal? All that type of stuff. And another important one he really mentioned was inventory lead time. And this is the thought when we're ordering products, 500, 1,000, 10,000 at a time, whatever it may be. We have to know how long it takes to get that next order again. Because if you're waiting too long and you have 5,000 products at Amazon, they let you know, hey, you have no products left. You just sold your last one, and then you got to order the next 5,000. What if that comes like 2 months later? You have 2 months of no profit. So you need to know your inventory lead time so you can plan ahead and stuff like that. So as you can tell, Tanner Larson's the man. Love this guy. He has absolutely amazing stuff, and he's big time. So if you want to learn how to make serious money with what we're doing, then this is one of the best guys. All these people are the best people to go to. That's why I love this event so much. So that was the breakdown of Tanner's talk. Then we get into Ben Adkins. Now, what did he talk about? All right, you start off with Facebook advertising, talking about how he goes about his ads. Very good stuff. Loved his speech on this. Really clarified a few things that I needed to see, and especially with the market I'm going to with the e-commerce and not just the shirts and stuff like that, going to the brand building. So he talked about your ads, the first 1 through 10 shots to connect with the audience is really there to teach you who the audience is. And we do this with our shirts. We do the PP ad to start, and we break down to the website conversion ads and the individual interest as we scale. And this is all with conversion pixels and tracking and all this, so we know who's buying, we know what age groups are buying, we know gender, we know what they want, what kind of message they want to hear, and who they want to hear it from. So these are all things that really does take a good 10 advertising campaigns to really get dialed in. And so a lot of them might fail in the beginning. So it's a good point there that don't stop with your first ad campaign. campaigns that fails, but continue to roll with it. You see that with my shirt system, where we do the niche outreach plan in phase 1, where we're doing 10 designs a day and with a rebrand design and all different type of niches, and we roll with the ones that win. Now, the ones that lose doesn't mean that we don't do another design in that niche, or that design didn't work, that advertising didn't work. So next week or 2 weeks later, we'll do another rebrandable design in that niche, maybe a little different targeting, and see how it goes. We'll learn from each of the mistakes till we get it dialed in, and that's how we can effectively grow. And it's very true. All right, now he's talking about what's the difference between Facebook ads and other ad sources. Oh, this is a good one. Facebook ads, very important point with Facebook is that we are interrupting people. On other platforms like Google, media buys, all that stuff, people are looking for that actual content and that topic, and that's why that ad's shown to them. In Facebook, we're really interrupting their scroll time on the newsfeed and trying to get their attention away from what they're actually doing there. Whereas, with the media buys, you have it's kind of pixeled to where it will, Google ads, I guess, is a better way to go. Google AdSense. It's targeted to you. What have you seen on the web? What have you been to? That's what the ads are going to show to, and that's how most platforms are, except for Facebook, where we're interrupting their process. So that's very important stuff. Thought that was a great point you guys should pay attention to. Now, why do ads go viral? Love this stuff too. 4 questions you should ask yourself about an ad before you post it. Ben said this is the way he does it every time. Would you share the ad you just created on your own wall? If it's not in your niche, obviously, maybe not. But if you're in that niche, is that an appropriate ad that you would share on your wall? Is it good? Is it shareable, viral? Is your ad something you would wear across your chest? This is kind of why T-shirts do so well on Facebook ads, because the ads that are going to do well and go viral are something that people would wear on their chest, or they represent, they are proud of. So keep that in mind with your ads. Now, 3, does your ad help you target the prove your enemies wrong crowd? Every niche has the enemies, and you want to show them that you are not that. You are here to prove them wrong, do what you wanted to do, whatever. 4, does your ad solve a problem that people are okay speaking about? Advertise on Facebook. I think he mentioned erectile dysfunction. That's something people don't want to share really on Facebook, so it's not going to go viral in that sense. A balding ad. I'm pretty much been going bald since I was in my early 20s, and as it was a problem in my early age with my confidence, those ads I wouldn't want to have shared that I'm trying to fix my balding problem at 23 years old on Facebook. You know what I mean? So those type of things aren't going to go viral. They can bring in traffic. You can have targeted ads to those people, but it's not an ad that will go viral. So when thinking virality, think about that. We did an example ad. I'm going to kind of keep that a little quiet. I don't want to share that one. Now, his favorite tools he's talking about are Ad Espresso, which I'm playing around with a lot lately, really like. Just helps upload a ton of ads with variations and stuff like that. You can also use Quaya, which is another good one I really like. Then he has a new product coming out very soon, here in the next few days, called ScriptDoll, and this is all for your copywriting, to be able to write copy pretty much automated almost. It's pretty awesome, which I'll be talking about that later on. All right, so now he got into the bread and butter of his speech, and that was about whining and dining your customers and really focusing on customer support. And this is definitely something that my business has lacked in years, because all of us as entrepreneurs, we don't want to, customer support is dealing with the problems of people and the negativity, and really we don't want to deal with that. It's almost like go F yourself is often what the message sounds like. Now, if we have a customer support person in place that gets my message, that's a reply to what the customer said, and they make it sound good and nice and polite, then that goes such a long way. Especially, as you're growing, get a lot of customers, things like that. It really is all about treating the customer the best you possibly can, giving them as much as you can, even after they've even if they had a problem, or after they purchased, whatever it is, any kind of support that you can offer. You don't want to have these type of problems weighing on you. I mean, I've had a guy that I had a no refund policy on a certain product. a few years ago. Can't remember which one it was. It was a $10 product. And the guy was really upset that he wanted a refund, and I said, there's no refund policy. I'm not going to do a refund. And he got extremely mad, did a PayPal dispute, all that type of stuff. I went through it, just said there's no refund policy. I'm not refunding them, just kind of hard-ass type of thing. And he didn't win the dispute, went on to Scam Report and all those websites out there about posting about scammers, and made a whole report on me about this $10 product I didn't refund because of the email I sent him. And it was very just like, go screw yourself type of email. And if I just had a customer support team in place that costs like $200 a month, $500 a month really at most, that would have never been a problem. Now we have all these links on Google. When you search my name and stuff, you'll see these scam reports, and it's just this one guy who had a freaking problem with me. And it's not that it's hurt my business, but it's not helped my business either. And having amazing customer support is something that you should really apply to your business. And Ben really talked a lot about that. And this is how he went into his lifetime customer blueprint, kind of keeping him around, talking about how his customer support deals with the freebie guys, the low risk value products, and all that type of stuff. So I'm not going to get into that too much. And pretty much got into how support is a gold mine. It really is, because that's really going to help secure people from buying from you over and over again and trusting everything you do and all that type of stuff. So he talked about how it supports your product. Support will back your products. So if there's a problem, people have questions, they can help say, yes, this is why you need this. Yes, this is why you should buy this, things like that. They do market research, because customer support receives all the questions people have, all the things they'd like to see, all the things that they wish they want to know where to go from here. Those are questions the support team gets, and they can put that into kind of a file for us to see and say, hey, this is what your people are wanting. They want this extra feature on your plugin, and that's just the version 1.2 or the next product or whatever. It's market research for what happens. I guess that's kind of the same point it goes into sales the next product. They can lead in when there's a question about something. Oh, I really wish this had a feature. I need to do this next. And maybe you have another product on the market, or an affiliate product that does offer that, and then your support team can automatically push that product. And then also he talked about how they find income opportunities, and just keep you on board with what's going on in growth. And it's very true. And I definitely have been improving the customer support, getting a support person in myself, and something everyone should take care of on that end. So, all right. So now let's get into the last part of the event here, which I absolutely loved. Probably my favorite part, Monica Birdsong, which is Fearless Social partner of Dr. Ben Adkins. And she talked a lot about planning ahead, really, like I talked about kind of in Tanner's section about your numbers and knowing your numbers. And she got into budgeting, forecasting, and analyzing what's going on here. And it's really, at this point, it's very important, because we have money coming in. We got to make sure that we're ready for next month. And I have employees and salary and stuff like that to pay. And really that's when you first hire someone. And right now, I'm really just early in the stages of hiring people. It's very scary, because you want to support them. You want to have this person on board for the next few years. But what if things don't work out next 2 months and you can't pay them? It's like, we want to be able to forecast and plan our growth and make sure that we're ahead on everything. We're going to be able to handle our growth. If I hire 5 people right now, next month it might not be too good as we're training them, and it would be a huge loss. So we have to kind of grow steadily, and this is all what forecasting and budgeting is. And she also talked about knowing the vision of your company. And this is also something very important. And I can see I've had very good success with my company this year, because my vision, my values, and my mission statement is much clearer. I know what MB3 is about. I know what it stands for, and I know what I want my company to be. And I display this not only in my products and to my customers, but to my employees. It's something I want them to adopt too. We're trying to help people live the life they want in all these different areas, if it's mind, body, bank, or their social life. And this is what I want my employees to be able to do as well. I want them to feel it and really want to, be a part of it. And that's where this mission statement, clear vision, and core values comes into play. So she gave some great little questions here on, questions that you can ask yourself about your company to figure out your mission statement. I don't have a clear mission statement right now in words. I know what my company is about, but this is, that's a very important part of what's going on here, and it's really what your whole company is trying to establish and create. Now, your vision can change at any time, she kind of explained, because it depends on what your vision is for certain projects, certain things you got going on. Every month we have a different vision. We might be doing, right now we're really focused on t-shirt sales. I want to sell a ton of t-shirts, and I want it to be automated where I don't have to touch it. And then we're moving into the next vision of creating those niche assets and creating that funnel process, that automated system with employees who can handle all the niche marketing type of things. And then the next vision after that is those individual brands into power products and branding like Tanner was talking about. So your vision changes as it goes, and it's really what are you trying to focus on now? And then obviously core values. What do you believe in? What's your company stand for? What does it not stand for? These are really help you hire people and reach out and find the right people for your company. And then the financing part, the budget. This was absolute gold. She gave a great little speech on this, how it's just kind of how you should plan your business. And at first, you should budget, obviously. We need to know how much money we have, how much money needs to be spent on essential things. Like if we want to sell 800 products this month, how much in advertising am I going to need to really hit that at our current rate? How much in merchant costs? How much of all that? The metrics that Tanner was talking about comes into this budgeting part. How much are your employees this month? How much is your monthly memberships, get response, hosting, that type of stuff. She gave some good rules, gave a great website, ynab.com, and this is a budgeting software that I just started using. Very cool. Goes through this whole system that we're talking about. Then we get into forecasting. This is thinking about what is our goal for the month, how are we going to hit it, and then hitting it. Keeping a spreadsheet according to our budget, obviously. And just kind of planning out what it is we want to do. Spreadsheet, she kind of gave some great little numbers here to keep it in their spreadsheets, and it's all kind of personal preference for that stuff. Now with the budget in mind and the forecast of what we want to sell, how much we want to make this month, then we put in the calendar. How are we going to make that happen? We have to go make that happen. You need your team to work. You need to work. You need to hit that goal. This is actual forecasting, thinking about actual growth that's going to happen. If it goes worse or better, that's what's going to happen the next step in the actuals. After the month's over, as the month's going, you'll see what's actually happened, and you'll see how much money you actually made, what your expenses were, and you can adjust the next month on what's going on. So, right now, how it's been going the past few months, I spend whatever, $20,000, $30,000 in advertising in a month, but that's not really planned from the beginning, because with the way Teespring and our month's going, we'll spend $10,000 in the week one, and whatever comes back, we'll put back in. And there was never any budgeting, so I never knew what was actually happening, what growth, what was working. So now with this, it's really going to help there. And that's where the adjustments come in. If you didn't hit your goal, hit it next month. Grow appropriately, cut your budget where needed. See, as if something ends up costing more in a month, an unexpected expense in your budget, then you can cut other areas of your budget for that month so that you still are hitting that level. Like you can cut your personal salary. I don't need to take in my monthly salary right now if it came down to it and we went overboard on something else. So that's the type of things that you can even it out so that your business is still growing. Remember, that's the important thing here. So that is pretty much the breakdown of the event. I mean, it was an absolutely amazing event, as you can see. Definitely went into a lot more detail and stuff like that. So next time, you guys definitely need to check out this stuff. If at anything, you need to check out Don Wilson, Tanner Larson, and Ben Adkins and Monica at the Fearless Social Crew. Those guys are awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just kind of my walkthrough. It's very important stuff, very valuable stuff to help grow your business. Hit me up if you have any questions, and I hope you enjoyed it. Travis Petelle here. Have a good one.